I thought I'd share the Good Times on the Beach mini book that I made. It was a Cal Summers mini book. Oh, it started out, it added a few extra pages. I used baker's twine to fix it together, and when I started it, it used to go round twice, but it became a lot thicker than I thought it was going to be, and so it doesn't go round twice anymore, but it still holds it together, so that's okay. So it's no secret to anybody that knows me that I absolutely love the beach. I need to go to the beach regularly to see the water, and thankfully we live very close. So this is just Dorset Beaches that we've been to. It's a tiny, tiny proportion of the visits, obviously, in 2021. So that's probably our favourite beach, which is Hamworthy. It's a beach that visitors don't go to, so locals go there particularly when it's busy, but you get the most gorgeous light, particularly early in the morning. This is Weymouth, and you can see this was still when we had all the cruise ships locally, so there were 5 different cruise ships in Weymouth Beach. This is Sandbanks, probably the beach that we go to most of all. It's nice and close, and again you can see the cruise ships. It was a beautiful windy day. I much prefer the beach in the winter than in the summertime. This is Swanage, another place we frequent, and that was walking out to Peveril Point, and it was really cold. And again, we don't go to Bournemouth very often. There's quite a bit of competition between the two towns, Bournemouth and Poole, and we live in Poole, so we stick to Poole beaches, but this was Bournemouth. We hadn't been to Lyme Regis, also Dorset, for years, and actually we ended up going twice in 2021, but this was our first visit, first time that we'd eaten out since all the restrictions, and even then it was outside. It was a bit chilly in April, but it was still lovely. So then we have Stampit Marshes and more of Sandbanks, starting to warm up a little bit. We're not wrapped up quite so much. And then this again is Swanage. That's the National Coast Guard right at the end of Peveril Point, and then these are more Sandbanks. This was our second visit to Lyme Regis. I had family come down to stay at Charmouth, so we met them and took them to Lyme Regis for the day. And back to our favourite beach, Sandbanks, and that's walking along to the Haven, which is actually where Nigel proposed to me, at the Haven. So then it flips over, and we've got the second part of the year. So August, warmer t-shirt weather now. We tend to go to beaches like Beta because it's very quiet when it's summer holidays. We tend to avoid the main beaches then because it's always so busy, although that's Sandbanks again. We've got the RNLI headquarters and college in Poole, and they have a hotel there and a restaurant, and the restaurant's lovely. It looks over the harbour, so that's eating there. And again, just general silliness at the beach. I can't stay away from the sea. Another trip to Swanage, bit warmer this time, blue sky, and we didn't need our thick coats. Back to Hamworthy, which is probably the beach that we walk at most. We'll go at least once a week to Hamworthy. And then this was a trip out to Portland, which I love because it's just so rugged. So there's the lighthouse. It was a very windy day there as well, with some of the waves. This was a walk at Friars Cliff Beach, and it was really unusual. It wasn't sunset or sunrise. There was just this very strange cloud formation and swans swimming in the sea. Hamworthy again, which is my happy place, and a very cold blustery walk at Boscombe. No bare feet this time. This was a day trip out to West Bay, which we both love. We've been there several times this year. That's the inner harbour, and that's showing the Jurassic Coast. Dorset, of course, home of the Jurassic Coast, which we're very proud of. I actually had a bad chest infection in December and I couldn't walk on the beach, so Nigel drove me to the beach so I could see the sea. And this was an interesting trip where they were bringing up more sand because it gets eroded away, and they had big diggers. They were ploughing the beach. You can see some more pictures there of the digger. Probably my favourite view in the whole world, which is sunset on Evening Hill in Sandbanks, which never fails to amaze. And then just ending it with that the beach is therapy. So a Dorset mini book of beaches through the year.